Baruch atah Adonai. Sha'ar ha-Gilgulim, Gates of Reincarnation, an English translation of the Arizal's work on reincarnation, chapters 1 through 35. Gates of Reincarnation, an English translation of the Arizal's work on reincarnation, chapters 1 through 35, ISBN 978-1-927084-12-0, digital book. Copyright 5774 2014 by thirtysix.org, 36.org, and Rabbi Pinchas Winston, Pinchas Winston, or Pinchas. All rights reserved. No part of this publication may be reproduced in any form, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, whether electronic, mechanical, recording, by photocopying, or otherwise, if the intended use is not consistent with the intention of the publisher and the copyright holder. Failure to comply with the above is a violation of Torah and international copyright laws. Any questions that arise regarding the above should be dealt with by writing directly to books@36.org, published by 36.org, Telstone, Kiryat Yearim, Israel 90838. So we set our nia, our intention, to be in full consistency with the intention of the publisher and copyright holder. My name is Christopher Robert Neal, Juris Doctorate. I have a DNA record which lists me at a high level percentile of the tribes of Levi, Manasseh, and Ephraim, all of them of Samaritan origin. And I read, Sha'ar Hagilgulim, introduction. Sha'ar Hagilgulim is the eighth gate or section from the writings of the Arizal. Note number 1. Arizal is an acronym for Eloki, Rebbe, Yitzhak, Zikrono, Livrocha, the godly Rabbi, Yitzhak, may he be remembered for blessing. He was the greatest Kabbalist, certainly in the last 500 years, and he lived from 1534 to 1572 in Zephas, Israel. As the title makes clear, it is a work about reincarnation and personal rectification, describing, often in detail, processes that affect everyone, but of which so few are aware. However, they should be aware of them because knowing such principles increases a person's opportunity to make better use of his or her life by increasing the chances of personal rectification. Further, such knowledge puts the events of history, past and present, personal and national, into perspective, allowing people to learn from past mistakes and to be better prepared for the future. Another important aspect of the teachings of Sha'ar Hagegulim is that it also allows for a more generous appreciation of other people and the way they act. It makes judging others to the side of merit easier. Note 2. This is a very important character trait according to the Talmud, Shabbos 97a, 127b, and logically, one of the most important for keeping peace. It makes judging others to the side of merit easier since it becomes clearer after learning this Sefer that our physical eyes are not the most reliable sources of information when it comes to analyzing other people and the way they behave. One thing becomes perfectly clear: every individual is on a personal journey to personal rectification, and the journey of one person is never the same as that of another. This alone makes the wisdom of this work invaluable to even the average person, not just the learned Kabbalist. Nevertheless, there is always reason for concern when translating any Torah Sefer into another language, even more so when it belongs to the realm of Kabbalah, and even more so when it is a work such as Sha'ar Hagil Gulim. There is the concern of mistranslation, of misunderstanding by the reader, especially when it comes to such deep and often complicated concepts. Furthermore, Sha'ar Hagil Gulim was obviously written for those who are already well versed in Kabbalah and the writings of the Arizal. My personal note: Ari is Ali, or exalted. Zal is Ze-El, or elf, sometimes called Elohim. Arizel is the exalted elf or angel. In some cases, it became imperative to cross reference material and to provide details from other works for what is just mentioned in passing in this one. In some cases, the subject matter is just too complex and too complicated to explain meaningfully in a translation such as this one, leaving it up to the reader to continue the research on his own. However, these are unique times. The explosion of knowledge and increasingly greater accessibility to all aspects of it often results in ever more confusion and misdirection. It is the hope and prayer that this translation of Sha'ar HaGikulim accomplish just the opposite, leading the reader instead down the true path to personal rectification and the service of God. Hebrew text. To this end, the original Hebrew text has been included side by side with the translated English text, which is true to the Hebrew text as much as is grammatically possible without sacrificing clarity. It should also be kept in mind that connections mentioned in the text between different Hebrew words and concepts may not be clear after translation into English. In such cases, the Hebrew text should be consulted for clarity if it is not pointed out in the footnotes. Annotations and diagrams. Some of the material has been annotated in book and PDF format, and some diagrams have been included to help clarify important concepts. It would also be wise for the reader to seriously contemplate all of the information within the Sefer, take little for granted, and avoid hasty conclusions as he delves deeper into what is an extremely holy and revealing work. Format. Though in this translation each chapter is called chapter, in the Hebrew version of the work they are called introductions. Ergo, Introduction 1, Introduction 2, etc. This indicates that as thorough as the information presented may be, all of it is still only an introduction, necessitating the reader to assume that a complete understanding of the topic requires much additional background and learning. As the great David Hamelech mourned, the secrets of God to those who fear him. Tehillim 25:14, or Tehillim 25:14. To learn something, one need only access the information and comprehend its meaning. To know the secrets of God, which are the basis of works like Sha'ar HaGilgulim, one must also have fear of God. There is no substitute. Before beginning, I wish to thank and praise the Creator for the depths of my from before beginning. I wish to thank and praise the Creator from the depths of my being for allowing me to learn his holy Torah, especially works such as Sha'ar HaGilgulim, and for forgiveness if I have misconstrued its meaning in any way or form. I also wish to greatly thank Rav Michael Baruch for the countless hours spent reviewing my translation and for the invaluable editing he has provided. I consider his involvement in this work to be a wonderful example of divine providence, of how God creates the remedy before the illness. Megillah 13b. I am also very grateful to all those who have supported this project and made its publication possible. May your involvement always be a source of blessing for you and your families.